experience yesterday, which talk about being leery of strangers, but listen to this one. I was going into the city, and I went to the railroad station parking lot, and I got there, and there wasn't a single spot in the parking lot. And there was a man in front of he has his coffee truck. I rolled down my window, and I said, "Excuse me," I said, "do you have any idea where I can park other than here?" And he sort of peeks into the car. He says, "Would you like a parking spot?" And I said, "Absolutely." He said, "I am blocking this spot. I will move my truck for you." Oh, my God, are you serious? He said, "Yes." I said, "What time did you get here?" He goes, "I'm here at 4 a.m., and I leave after the 8:04 train." He moved his car. I got the number one parking spot. I said, "Can I buy you a cup of coffee?" Mm-hmm. He said, "I'm the coffee guy. More coffee." I said, "I know." I said, "How about this? How about if I take a picture of you in the truck and I post it on Instagram or Facebook about paying it forward and what a great guy you are?" Well, it was as if I gave him $100.
Right.
And at first I was like, "Ooh, like, what does he mean? Do you want a spot?" Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and if I didn't ask him if he knew where to park, and my guess is there was something about the way I asked him that encouraged him to be so kind.
Yes, yes.
So
I'm reminded of Blanche Dubois' comment in A Streetcar Named Desire. I always depend upon the kindness of strangers, and there is something about just a person's facial expressions, and there's so much in the face and in the eyes. Yeah,
Duffy, a smile changes how you look more so than some minor plastic surgery, because it takes about 48 muscles to frown and only 8 muscles to smile. And an exercise I do with my clients is I tell them to get this deadpan look on their face and not just look in the mirror, but take a selfie, and then take a selfie smiling. Look like totally different people. And we often don't know how unapproachable we look unless we actually take a picture.
Yes.
In my private practice, I often take pictures of my clients and having them display different kinds of body language, and then have them look at their own photos, see if they would want to respond to someone like that.
Yes, it's so true, Fran. This is Dr. Duffy Spencer, and we are WHPC 90.3 FM. And I am interviewing Fran Green on the secret rules of flirting. Let me say that again correctly. The secret rules of flirting. The illustrated guide to reading body language, getting noticed, and attracting the love you deserve online and in person. Yeah, and I teach communication also in various venues, and I talk about the set face, that most people don't know what their set face is. And then I learned that this is more recent. Now we have the term the resting bitch face. and I don't know what's applied to men here, but I think most people have no idea of how they come across and how they are therefore perceived by others. It's wonderful that you take snapshots and videos. Maybe you take videos as well. I don't know.
I haven't done videos. That's certainly something that I think would be a wonderful thing to do. I've also done field work and gone to bookstores or other venues and have hidden behind bookshelves while my clients have flirted with strangers. And
oh, that's great.
It's just you need real life experiences. And
Yes.
I mean, I certainly do a lot of role playing, and role playing is fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
When I get into a role play with someone, I'm tough.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can
Right.
handle me, you can handle anybody else, because they're probably not going to be as difficult as.
Mm-hmm. So what kinds of things do people have to handle when they're out meeting people?
Understanding that not everyone's going to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to meet somebody, you need to take some action. Also, it's all about having fun and being playful. And what I encourage people to do is to change their behavior from the role of being a guest to being a host. So you're not the passive person waiting, but rather think about the things that you would do if you were having a gathering in your home. So you're going to be the welcome committee. So you're going to do things. I'm going up to get a drink. Can I get you something? I see you've been standing. I've been sitting. Here's my seat. But sometimes it's hard for you to do all the talking, so I encourage you never leave home without a flirting prop.
Mm-hmm.
Props are natural conversation starters. So whether it's a baseball cap or a sweatshirt that has the name of a school that you went to or a passion of yours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you have the good fortune to have a cute little dog or a cute little kid, they are the best flirting props.
Yes.
And if you don't have either one of them, you can borrow one for an afternoon. And you'll have fun with the puppy and a fabulous time with the kid, and you're going to be able to flirt like crazy, because everyone will talk to the kid and to the dog, and then somehow you have to figure out a way to get yourself into the conversation.
And it helps other people. We usually think of that as a conversation piece, but it's so interesting how you when you look at the dramaturgical perspective and you use the term prop and you include a dog or a kid and a car would go along with that, or any item of clothing, and as you say, insignia.
Unusual jewelry, a great scent, an interesting book. So if you carry the book, The Secret Rules of Flirting, tell me, is that the best prop? And one of the things I'd like for your listeners is, if they purchase The Secret Rules of Flirting and write a review on Amazon, I will give them a complimentary 60-minute consultation.
A 60-minute consultation for free if they purchase your book and they write a review on Amazon. Brilliant. Yes. Absolutely brilliant. Yes, I think that's wonderful. So I noticed that you ask for what you want. And that's a sign of healthy people. That's a sign of assertive people. And as you say, people with flirting skills, with social skills. Asking is assertive behavior.
Absolutely. And the more you take control, the more fun you're going to have, because you're not just waiting.
Right.
And life is not a dress rehearsal. We don't have unlimited amounts of time.
Right.
We all have very busy lives with lots of competing priorities and responsibilities, especially if you're a divorced mom or you are a student. You've moved to a new town and you're reestablishing yourself. You have limited amounts of time. So I want you to flirt during your normal daily activities, when you're walking the dog, when you're doing your jog, when you're going to the gym, when you're going to get your nails done, when you're going to get the mail, food shopping. I don't care, the doctor's office, going to a funeral. Matter.
Yes. Yeah, no more ladies or gentlemen in waiting. You just go ahead and be proactive. And I'm wondering what your take is on speed dating.
I think, in answer to your question, I think speed dating is great. But more importantly, if you knew where you're going to meet the love of your life, I would tell all of your listeners, where they need to go tonight or tomorrow. But because we don't know, it's about not leaving any stone unturned. And I have a rule of 3. You try things 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, not so good at it. The second time you're feeling more comfortable. And the third time you're sort of an expert. And I even like the rule of 3 with dating. Sometimes you need 3 dates with someone to decide if there is any possibility of this person being a potential.
So give someone a decent chance. Trust your intuition, I imagine. And if you have a gut reaction, you might want to explore what that's about. So you would say that even if you're not really interested or attracted to someone, to still go out on 3 dates?
I'm not saying that I want you to force it.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is you don't always know on date number 1, especially if you're meeting through an online dating site.
Yeah.
And if you're meeting someone, I call the first date a mystery date. You're both really nervous.
Yes.
And you're almost not there. I'm not saying it's an out-of-body experience, but it's very hard to stay focused and difficult to stay in the present.
Mm-hmm.
And then if there's a possibility of a second date, the anxiety level starts to diminish, and you're able to be more present, enjoy each other's company, and sort of take a deep breath. And by date number 3, you're going to know if you want any more dates. Certainly, if you ever feel that your safety is being compromised, or that there is a huge turnoff, or there's something going on that you're just feeling uncomfortable about, do not go to date number 2 or even end date number 1 instantaneously.
Yes, and that sounds wonderful. And we have just 1 minute left, Fran, and I'm wondering how people can contact you. Certainly they can get your book everywhere, right? Amazon,
that is correct. Bookstores, Amazon.
Everywhere. The Secret Rules of Dating by Fran Green.
Secret Rules of Flirting. I know we started to talk about dating, but it's the Secret Rules of Flirting.
Right.
Maybe the next book needs to be the Secret Rules of Dating.
I can't believe I said dating.
Yeah, but I think you might be onto something.
Wow, the Secret Rules of Flirting. I can't believe it. So where can people make contact with you personally to have a session?
Well, they can certainly go to my website, which is frangreen.com, R-A-N, Green, Greene.com, or they can email me at flirtingcoach@yahoo.com, flirtingcoach@yahoo.com.
Very good, Fran Green, The Secret Rules of Flirting. And thank you so much. And everyone, you're in for a treat because we are going to be revisiting with Fran Green on her book on dating again with courage and confidence. So this is Dr. Duffy Spencer saying goodbye for now and wishing you great relationships.